Okay, today I'm gonna talk about the shadow beings. Okay, you have some people who have seen these entities in your household, and I'm gonna make a video explaining what they actually are, or what I believe they are. You may have had an instance where you would say you're in a house in a room watching TV or playing on a computer or something like that, and you felt like somebody is watching you, right? And you sometimes feel negative energy or a malevolent spirit, I will call it. And in the corner of your eye, you will see a shadow. And when you turn and see the shadow, it quickly disappears. A lot of times when you feel the energy, it feels like somebody is really standing there. You feel like, uh, if you live in a house with somebody, you might feel like they were actually there. You may even call their name, thinking that somebody was actually there. Uh, Many of these beings are they're very dark. Uh, I think they're also associated with sleep paralysis. Um, and I believe what they are is they're actually spirits of death. If you read the Bible, it talks about walking in the valley of the shadow of death. And I believe that that's what these shadows are. They're they're like vampires. They drain your energy. Uh, they mess with you. They may cause sickness. They may cause. I think their ultimate objective is to kill you. Okay, they may do it slowly, like very slowly. You might catch. Just start catching sicknesses or say you already have a disease, you already have a sickness, and you see these beings, and then all of a sudden, your symptoms flare up. It's because they're drawing your energy from your body. You know, these beings are very malevolent. A lot of times you might feel cold spots in your house. Uh, Very cold energy because the energy is very negative. So when they're around you, they literally draw energy from your body. They draw life. They draw your life energy. So you start feeling cold because energy is heat, right? Energy gives types of heat. So when you have a spirit that's extremely negative and dark, it draws any light, any energy out of you, and your body temperature drops. You feel cold. That's what cold spots are, because it's really drawing life out of you. You see what I'm saying? You're literally killing you. It's like death. It represents death. And you should be careful about these beings. I think that if you have like the Holy Spirit, or if you have a connection with God, He can open your eyes and help you see some of the activity in your house. It's like a warning to let you know, hey, there's a one of these entities in your house, and you need to take heed of it. These entities, I think they use fear. Fear is a weapon that they use to keep you from uh, attacking them, because they do know that you do have the ability to fight them. And to keep you from fighting them is they cast fear on you as a way to to try to subdue you from any attacks on them. They don't want you talking about them. They don't want you. They don't want you to know they're there, because if you know that they're there, then you can do something about it, right? You can't You can't fight an enemy that you don't know exists. He's in a sense, so that gives them power. As long as you don't believe that they're real, as long as you're not aware that they're there, then they can pretty much do whatever they want. Uh, I think many of them go after vulnerable people. Hold on, excuse me. I think many of them go after vulnerable people, especially kids. They like going after children. They like going after people who are not uh, spiritually aware. Spirit has a lot of strength in the spiritual world. Uh, or you don't have a spiritual foundation grounding. So I think a lot of them they tend to go after other people like that. I think these spirits are very slow. They move very slow. Like they're not quick, because if they're quick, then it's very difficult for them to do what they do without like I said, they don't want you to know that they're there. So if they move slowly, it's like a way or a technique or strategy to get you without you really realizing that you're being got. Get you without you knowing that you're being got. So they move slow motion. So you don't even realize there's a change there's a change happening in your life. So like I said, I think they also have a connection with sleep paralysis. When it comes to sleep paralysis, I think there's different entities. But in this case, I'm just talking about what we call the shadow, or the shadow people, or I think it's actually the spirit of death. And but I think the spirit of death is different from the angel of death. See, the angel of death is actually a holy being. The angel of death works for God. Okay, it's a benevolent being. Okay, that's just God right there. So, that's when you can't do anything about it. But then you have these demonic spirits that are spirits of death that don't work for God. They're just very malevolent. They found pleasure in bringing sorrow. They found pleasure in bringing pain. They found pleasure in just making your life miserable and things like that. So, and that's just something that uh, I think you should be aware of. Some people are not aware of it. They may have it. I've heard some stories of people seeing these things and getting sick or developing some type of disease or health problems once they see these beings. Okay, I think there's different ways they can get you. I think they can also uh, change your behavior or kind of manipulate your behavior to get you to do things that can hurt you. That can ultimately, they can put you in a mood, or kind of manipulate your behavior to get you to behave a certain way that will ultimately hurt you. Like say for example, say you're a nice person, right? And you're a very patient person, right? And all of a sudden, when you start seeing these beings, after a certain amount of time, you start to develop a short temper, right? Having a short temper can cause, that can cause problems with your health. That can cause problems with your relationships. You have a lot of people who have high blood pressure and things like that. And when you have, a short temper or have depression, your emotions can affect your physical health. So they can attack you in that way as well. They may cause you to be a short-tempered person and things like that to get your body to be more stressed. That stress can kill you. Stress can kill you. So they'll cause these psychological problems, and you have some people who have a bad temper, and but it's not natural. They can be being manipulated by these shadow beings that are ultimately trying to kill you. They're trying to kill you and trying to find different ways to make it happen. I think there's some women who get abortion. I think that these spirits are present during abortion. You know, I think they mess with pets. Some people who, if you have a pet, cats and dogs, they mess with them as well. Uh, yeah, but I think they tend to go after the most vulnerable or people who are very unexpecting. But I think they respond well to Jesus, to Yeshua Hamashiach. I think they respond well to that. I think they're very, um, yeah, they're very malevolent. They're very intelligent. That's what I want to say. They're very smart. They're very aware. You know, they're not like animal type spirits. You know, they're smart. They plan. You know, they have strategies. So you have to have a strategy as well. Sometimes they will pretend like they're not there. Uh, what I mean is they'll leave you alone for a certain amount of time to make you put your guard down, right? Where you think they're not bothering you anymore, and then they come back. They might leave you alone for a couple months, maybe even years, and then all of a sudden come back, you know, where your guard is down. So that's all I just want to talk about shadow beings and put in my 2 cents about what I believe they are. And yeah, you can hit that subscribe button. And yeah, I'll be talking about more things like conspiracy. You know, like I said, my channel is called the Black Illuminati, so you already know that's conspiracy. So you already know this channel is going to be about. So yeah, so I'll see y'all next time.